Parasha Meditation, Parashat Vayeshev. So this week's Parasha always ushers into Chanukah. That's the Parasha we always study right before we read in the synagogue right before Chanukah. And Chanukah, as Rav Tzvi Elimelech Midubno says, comes to mechanech, chinuch, comes to educate us about the future redemption. And the light of that redemption sparkles particularly in a time of the greatest darkness, to teach us the lesson that there is hope within despair. No matter how much darkness, how desperate and hopeless the situation looks, we should never give up hope. There is still hope. And on Chanukah, we received more light, specifically through the great darkness. Because we, the children of Abraham, who were promised to become like the stars, we have the ability to glow in the dark. And Yosef also teaches us how to arise from the darkest pit and to reach the highest heights by believing in our dreams. So now that the time of redemption are coming, we will be freed from the chains of our self-imposed prisons, and we will be able to fulfill our greatest dreams. So this week's Parasha guides us to get in touch with both our rock bottom as well as our highest potential, with the objective that through the blackest darkness we'll be able to access the hidden light. So often people report how coming out of serious illness or personal crisis has helped them make really important life changes. So this is the same. We're learning about the conception of Mashiach. His conception is brought about by Yehuda going down. Yehuda went down from his brothers, Bereshit 38:1. By going down, Yehuda eventually rose much higher. When unbeknownst to himself, he conceived the light of the Redeemer Mashiach through Tamar, the Messianic matriarch, who gave birth to the roots of Mashiach. And Yosef too emerged from the bottom, the darkness of prison, and began his path of global leadership and spiritual fulfillment. So when he had the dream that we're all binding these sheaves, so Sfat Emet teaches that the binding has a symbolic meaning, that it means that binding everything to its root, which is Hashem, who permeates all reality. And that's the underlying meaning of Yosef's dream. We are binding sheaves in the field. And also the word aluma, my sheaf, can also mean silence. And so we have to learn from Rachel, who took the distaff of silence. Ilem is silence. Sometimes we just have to silence ourselves. There's nothing we can do. We can't change. We can't change the difficulties, the reality. We just have to be silent. Silent with our own actions, but not silent in our reliance and prayer to Hashem. Being silent is knowing that we cannot act according to our intellect and our will unless we nullify ourselves to the upper divine providence. So Yosef teaches us that also. In the darkness of the pit, he transcended his intellect. When we go down to a very deep place, we know, like, it's not the intellect that's going to bring us up. We're so desperate. Things are not logical. Like the miracle of Chanukah, the darkness that preceded it. None of it is logical. When we realize that our intellect is limited, and many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Hashem delivers him out of them all, as it stated in Tehillim 34:20. This is what Yosef was able to accomplish, and that's what made him Yosef the Tzaddik, the righteous, ready to actualize his dreams. So we have to never give up on our dreams and our visions. And we have to believe in their fulfillment beyond the limitations of our own intellect, especially in this month, the months of Hanukkah, the months of Kislev, the months of miracles. With Hashem's help, we'll have the opportunity to turn the bitterness of our lives into sweetness and transform darkness to the greatest light. So
Amen.
now we start with the meditation. Okay, so sit comfortably in your chair, close your eyes, and take several deep breaths. Breathe deeply and allow yourself to be completely relaxed. Imagine that you are dreaming. Allow the dream waves to wash over you. Visualize the letters of the Hebrew word for dream, chalom. First, imagine the letter chet like a gateway into a higher reality. The letter chet combines the two previous letters, vav and zayin, with a thin bridge-shaped line. The new energy created by the union of the straight line of the vav, or yashar, straight line, and the bent line of the zayin, or choser, returning light, is the secret of hovering. The Spirit of God was hovering over the water, touching yet not touching. By hovering over us, revealed yet concealed, God continues to sustain us while allowing each of us to develop separately. Let the letter Chet flash in and out as you connect with the energy of touching and not touching. Now imagine the letter Lamed as a tower soaring in the air, aspiring to learn, to receive new insights from above. Imagine how your heart is thirsting to ascend and reach a higher level of consciousness through your dreams. Let the connecting letter Vav appear in your mind's eye. Visualize a straight line from above to below. Imagine this line of the Vav opening the channel to bring down every level of higher consciousness that you are able to contact, while bringing down all of your higher insights. Envision the final mem, the closed container, containing the underground stream of your dream water. Breathe in Cha, breathe out Lum. Repeat this 4 times. Breathe in Cha, breathe out Lum. 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 Get in touch with your dreams as you breathe. What are your aspirations? What did you once hope to become but never followed through? Inhale Cha, exhale Lum. What are your long lost yearnings which may be buried beneath fear, feelings of inadequacy or low self-esteem? Imagine yourself in a field where all is open. There in the field, betoch hasadeh, you can silence all the static noise of your fears that conceal your true inner will. Now visualize the sheaves in Yosef's dream, alumim, In the word Chalom, exchange the Chet with the Aleph. Breathe in Ah. Breathe out Lum. Alum, Shiv, silence. Silence yourself to the oneness of Hashem. Allow all your fears and feelings of unworthiness to melt away as the oneness of the Aleph draws out your true divine inner dreams and aspirations. When getting in touch with your true dreams, choose the strongest and brightest one and take it with you into the darkest pit. You are now alone in the well of darkness. It is pitch dark. It is cold and scary. You are alone with your dream. Now all your fears re-emerge. Get in touch with them. Do you have fear of illness or death? Fear of the unknown? Fear of not being good enough? Not being able to succeed? Acknowledge each of your fears and allow them to emerge to the surface. Breathe into your fears and allow them to relax. In the midst of these fears, all seems lost, but then in the darkness, you reconnect with your brightest dream and aspiration. Your dream is a shining beacon in the dark. Its light cannot be extinguished by the gloom of darkness. Allow your dream to show you the way out of this dungeon and into a brighter reality. Hold on to your dream, float on it, as if on a cloud, and fly away from the darkness. Imagine yourself fulfilling your dream, actualizing your divine potential. Breathe into this new image of yourself, becoming what you've always dreamed to become. Allow yourself to become your very highest self. Stay with this feeling and with this image of yourself for as long as you can. Delight in your divine image. Then slowly tap your feet and hands before opening your eyes with a renewed resolve to live your life to its fullest.